Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the worst 6 brawlers in the meta at the moment. This was for some reason really heavily requested, especially on my stream. I asked you guys what you wanted to see today, so I'm bringing it to you guys right now. So I'm in a lobby with Drage and YD. As always, I'll put a link to the channels in the description below. You should know them both by now, both really OP players. But yeah, the meta in the lower end of ladder not really changed too much, but I'll still bring this video to you guys. Let's hop into the first one. Alright guys, so jumping into the 6th worst brawler at the moment, I've gone for Gale. So Gale's actually pretty decent on Hot Zone, and for some reason okay on some siege maps, but I just feel like in the meta, and especially the competitive meta, he has no place whatsoever really. Like literally inside of, oh, I just realized I'm facing double B. What the hell? That is very toxic. But yeah, as I was saying, Gale in the competitive meta not really found a spot whatsoever at the moment. Even though he's had a small HP buff, I just feel like he's just so underpowered, and he's just never really fitting into anywhere. In terms of Brawl, never really a good map for him at all, and I always struggle to win by 1v1 interactions. It's not really a brawler he counters too well. He's supposed to be good against tanks, and to be honest, he's not even the best against tanks. It's just way better options, and the modes he was good on, for example, like Siege, Heist, where his Spring Trap was just really good, which made him meta in the first place. Now he's got a trash gadget. He's just not been good at all, and in my personal opinion, even though Brawl Stats says that win rates in terms of Hot Zone and Siege are quite high, I just feel like he's in a really bad place at the moment, and just something needs to change, whether that's a new gadget or increased reload speed or something like that. They need to make Gale a little bit better. Alright guys, so jumping into the 5th worst brawler, again, it's gonna be Crow. So as I said, the list hasn't really changed too much. I actually bought Gold Crow this morning. First time I actually played with him. He looks so cool. Oh my god, I actually love the look of this skin. It's so nice. I'm supposed to be talking about how bad he is, but this Crow skin is amazing. But anyway, as I was saying, Crow did get a recent change in the last set of balance changes. His gadgets did get changed. So slowing toxin's gone from 3.5 to 5 seconds. It's actually really good, to be honest. Crow's actually increased in viability in the meta just because of this gadget, and Crow's only good on the longer range maps. All the other maps he's not the best in at all, and we're going to get absolutely carried there. Let's hop into the next game. Alright guys, so hopping into another game with Crow, because we didn't really get to speak about his viability, at least in the meta. Even though we're talking about how trash he is, he still has got an increase in viability. So on Kaboom Canyon, he's actually really good there because of the range and because of his gadget. You can actually confirm a lot of kills. It's the fact that you can actually do something with Crow on your own, unlike some brawlers where you just heavily depend on brawlers around you. At least for Crow, you can at least stand your own ground a little bit. He does struggle because of his DPS. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Literally, like, every single brawler probably out damages him at the moment. But even against Poco Double Tank, he actually is a decent counter in a way, because you've got a slowing toxin, and if you've got a B, for example, in your comp, you could just absolutely melt. I know probably wasted a gadget there, but just want to make sure I could score. But his slowing toxin is so OP. If you've got it, you should be using it for sure. It was just like this once I slowed the Jackie. I actually didn't even need to use it that time around, but I could literally oh no, I've probably threw that. No, what am I doing? Okay, nice. I nearly threw that. Oops. I was too concentrated on what I was saying rather than my actual gameplay. But as I was saying, when you pair this with the longer range brawlers and you can get some nice pinches, the slowing toxin is honestly just cracked. It's so good. It's really underrated, to be honest. I'm supposed to be talking about how trash he is, but I'm starting to like Crow a little bit more. It's because this meta is kind of balanced. You can use a lot of different brawlers, and to be honest, there isn't really a lot of absolutely trash brawlers until you get into the bottom 4. These Gale and Crow, there is some viability to them, and they're slowly becoming a little bit more meta. But yeah, it just struggles because he's got no DPS, he's got no HP. It's just the same old with Crow, really. Even with his star power buffs, it's still really going to struggle in the meta. But I found it much easier to push with him. I think I played on Kaboom and Backyard Bowl, and literally I don't think I got a loss, to be honest, just because I can hold my ground. And the slowing toxin allows the other brawlers around you to finish off the kills as well, because Crow, that isn't something he's best at. He's best at assassin. He's best at jumping on a really squishy brawlers that don't do a lot of damage, so probably a lot of throwers he's going to be best against. But looking like we should be able to close off this game. It's going to be actually really hard. We've got Jackie and a Rosa running at us, and Jackie literally 2-shots us, but at least Rosa's slowed down there. Oh no, they got a Poco heal at the wrong time there. Okay, it's going to go into overtime. We should be able to clap them in overtime. That is a big F though. Let's try and keep them back for as long as possible. I'll make sure Jackie is back. Okay, B in overtime should absolutely clap these. to be honest. Okay, let's keep this Jackie away. Somehow she's getting some insane healings and nearly actually scored that. Okay, that is toxic. I'm just going to jump on this Rosa here. Make sure she gets down. Okay, this should be basically GG's for that. Let's just pass the ball off backwards. It's turned into a really sweaty game. It was a really easy game, but it's turned into quite a sweaty one. Okay, nice. We're really close to super. Let's pass this across. Okay, they're going to be able to do that. And there's literally nothing to say in this video. We should be able to win this. It's just constantly cycling. You can see, even though it's really open, Crow just lacks so much in DPS. We're going to jump on this poker, and it's going to be GG's. So Crow going to be the 5th worst brawler in the game at the moment. But as I explained, you can still get away with using him on really open maps. You just got to be really careful because he's really squishy. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, hopping into the 4th worst brawler in the game at the moment. It's going to be our Primo, and I kind of wanted to put him a little bit lower. He absolutely sucks in this meta. So in comparison to Crow, to be honest, I feel like Crow has more viability than Primo at the moment. I know Jackie's quite meta at the moment, but El Primo just is basically the really, really bad version of Edgar. Edgar's got worse range than Primo, but Edgar can just absolutely melt people over and over again. You get 3 supers. The problem with El Primo, it's so hard to actually get your super. And although he counters tanks really well, tanks is slowly becoming a little bit more meta because of Jackie and Edgar and all the other healings. No, not Edgar. Byron, sorry, with the healings, Poco. They're becoming a little bit more meta now, but Primo still just trash, to be honest. Nothing's really changed about him. I don't think he actually received any sort of balance, and as I said, I just lack the range. I just can't ever seem to get my super, especially against these brawlers. The only brawlers I'm good against are the tanks, and you're never going to get a game, really. It's going to be very rare for you to face, like, Frank, Jackie, all the other tanks, Bull. You're not going to face that every single time. You can just see this matchup. I'm lacking so much range. It's so hard for me to actually get my super. It took me a whole minute to get my super, and now I'm actually going to be able to do something. And still, even at that, if you miss your super around this time, you're not going to be able to do too much. So I'm going to go jump on the ball here. We should be able to score. So El Primo, I just find him absolutely trash at the moment. There's no way he's going to be used competitively at all. Maybe only to counter Edgar and Jackie. That's the only reason why he's going to be in the meta. Let's hop into the 3rd worst brawler. Alright, guys, so going into the 3rd worst brawler in the meta at the moment, it's going to be Leon. So the main reason why he was kind of a little bit more viable was because it was an okay counter to Cole. In the current meta, Cole probably was the best brawler in the meta, but Cole's kind of decreased in viability in the meta at the moment. That's why Leon's kind of gone down. That was the only really way he suited the meta. You can still use him in ladder. Again, as I said, the meta seems kind of balanced at the moment in the fact that you can probably just bring out any brawler and tend to win decently, fairly well in terms of ladder. He has got a buff to his smoke trails, but that's only going to improve his viability in showdown, and this is more competitively speaking. Leon just isn't a 3v3 brawler really at the moment. Let's push this Leon. This should be a goal. So this is going to be an easy one. I'm not going to really play another game with Leon just because of the map, and it's not really the best on this map. But let's hop into the 2nd worst brawler. All right, guys, so jumping into the 2nd worst brawler in the game at the moment. No surprises again. It's going to be Jessie. So the reason she actually got a damage buff, but in reality, it's not really going to help Jessie at all. The thing that she lacked more than anything was reload speed. It's because people can just counter her easily by just running out of a straight line. And damage isn't really going to change that too much. I know it actually increases her DPS. But if anything, I would have liked a reload speed buff for sure. They actually buffed her star powers. Again, it's going to make her more viable in terms of... Oh, no. Oh, I completely choked that. Oops. Yep. We would have probably scored that if it weren't for me. But anyways, as I was saying, it's going to increase her viability on ladder for sure. But other brawlers around her just became better as well. Why is Drage shooting me? Come on, concentrate. We're going to concede now. I know I just choked it, but now we're going to choke it even more if we don't stop this goal. Let's see if we... Okay, yeah, that for sure is my fault. But anyway, let's put that behind us and let's win the game. So as I was saying, Jessie, not good at all. Every single brawler in the game at the moment is better than her, as she's the 2nd worst brawler in the game at the moment. But in terms of... Well, she's actually okay now as a gem carrier because this energized star power is going to keep the turret alive for a crazy amount of time. It's so hard to get that actually down. Kind of wasted it there, to be honest. I hate playing the silver skin. I don't know why I played it. I don't even really like the silver skin just because of the orbs. The orbs just look really bad on the default skin Jessie. Okay, we're actually one goal down at the moment. And they're cornering the ball with Dynamite. That's really, really toxic. But yeah, Jessie not really viable anywhere at the moment. Maybe she's a little bit of a good counter to the likes of Pam and 8-bit just because of the turrets. But Jessie are really good against fellow turret brawlers as well. And people that clump up. And you're not going to clump up at all on high competitive and high end of competitive and high trophy ladder. Just not good at all. I mean, she's actually increasing viability in the meta in present plunder, but I'm trying to not take that too much into consideration just because it's not like a competitive mode. It's not one of the standard 6 competitive modes, like hot zone, bounty, etc, etc. Maybe if Drage passes this one, I'm going to get nuked like hell. Drage trying to squeeze that one in. I don't mind including a loss into this one just because I completely choked it. So you guys can see me fail. But that's going to be the second worst brawler in the game. At the moment, it's going to be Jessie. So we're going to lose this one. Let's hop into the worst brawler in the game. Right, guys. So no surprises here at all. The worst brawler in the game is going to be Shelly again. So she's received some buffs to her star powers. But in terms of viability, Shelly just isn't viable at all. In terms of competitive, and Waddy isn't playing, so this might be a rip in this case. Oh, I actually managed to save it. I managed to save it. Wow, I actually managed to do something. So last game I threw, maybe this game I'm able to clutch up. So I'm gonna just absolutely YOLO back Jackie, and I'm going for Band-Aid just to test out the buff. It's actually quite good because it surprises people for sure. Okay, yeah, we're going to concede. That was mainly due to Waddy not playing at the start, but we should be alright if we get on this Jackie the entire game. We're going to get flushed out by the Barley, and we've got a super, so let's just try to open it up as much as possible so that Waddy can do something here. Let's go up. Let's just constantly go against the Jackie. Jackie's going to keep trying to switch matchup. We need to force matchup for sure, so we'll just try and dash on, get some pressure. But Shelly, you guys know, no need to really explain. Shelly just completely sucks, and she'll just never be a good brawler in the meta unless they make Band-Aid like a 5-second thing, like it used to be. I'm happy they've buffed up because at least she's more viable in ladder. But as I said, competitive, just never ever going to be seen. There's just way better tank counters. You've got Colette, you've got B, you've got all these different brawlers that do the role that Shelly does. But because she's a starter brawler, you're just never going to see. She's never going to see the light of day again, basically, which is sad to see for all of our PSG Shelly simps. But on this map, you can just see I'm just getting absolutely wrecked. The only matchup I'm probably going to win is if it's triple tank or something like that, or Poco double tank. That's the only way we're going to be winning this game. Let's look for a pinch on a Jackie. Maybe we can still get something out of this game. Okay, let's go for... Jackie's going to probably go down here. Let's just super up against the wall. I'm about to get my Band-Aids, so about to break. We'll get that. Is the Jackie still stuck down there? Okay, well... I thought Drage and Waddy could have actually got him out there. It's probably going to be a rip in terms of this one. Okay, Waddy actually managed to save that. No way B actually scores that. Okay, 20 seconds left. Maybe we can make something happen. Let's keep trying to juke this Barley. Let's go up. Right, we've got some good pressure here. Got some good pressure. Oh no, the B's going to absolutely destroy us. Okay, let's get this Jackie back. Now, no way we're probably going to be able to win this, but... And again, there's no point really playing because... Just no good maps for Shelly. I'm just going to include this loss in there, but Shelly, she's the worst brawler in the game. It's so annoying to play. I'm going to be tilting. I'm at 1k. I've actually managed to tilt that. But that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. 2 losses on the end there. That is a bit annoying, but I'll just recoup that in a better comp. We didn't really have the best comp, plus Waddy weren't really playing at the start. But that's going to be the worst brawlers in the game at the moment. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.